When love stops counting. Someone once said something that stayed with me. Sometimes to keep those we love, we don't need to hold tighter. We just need to let go of ego, of pride, of the need to be right. Because true love never keeps score. Let me tell you a story that may seem simple at first, but it carries a weight that lingers long after it's over. It was a quiet summer afternoon. The sun had just returned after a morning rain. A small family, Kiran, his wife Shweta, and their little daughter Mira, were driving to another town to attend a cousin's birthday party. In the back seat, Mira hugged a gift box, a silver bracelet with a sky blue stone. She had picked it out herself. As they drove across a narrow bridge over a slow-moving river, Mira suddenly cried out, "Mom, watermelons, look over there!" Shweta followed her daughter's excited gaze. By the roadside sat a young girl, maybe 12 or 13, beside a modest wooden stall, with several fresh watermelons stacked beside her. Their skins were green, muddy, still bearing the marks of the farm. Kiran pulled the car over. Shweta rolled down the window and asked, "How much for one watermelon, dear?" The girl stood up and answered politely, 70 rupees each, ma'am." Shweta frowned slightly. "That's too much. I'll give you 60. The girl hesitated and then smiled softly. "I'm sorry, ma'am. These are red flesh watermelons, the sweetest kind. I really can't go below 70. Shweta was about to decline when Mira leaned out the window and shouted, "Please, Mama, I want that one, the big one." The girl's face lit up at Mira's enthusiasm. "What's your name, little one?" "Mira." "That's a lovely name," the girl said, choosing a round, ripe watermelon and carefully handing it to Mira through the window. But Mira's hands were too small. The fruit slipped. It hit the road with a heavy thud, cracked open, and spilled red juice across the asphalt. Mira burst into tears. "My watermelon! It's broken!" Without a moment's pause, the girl rushed back to her stall. She picked the biggest watermelon she could find and ran back. "Here, don't cry, little sister. This one's for you. You remind me of someone." Shweta looked at the girl, confused. "Who does she remind you of?" The girl paused, then answered, her voice trembling. "My little brother. He passed away a few months ago. He had just turned 2. We celebrated his birthday, but then he got sick. We didn't have money to treat him in time." There was silence. Shweta's eyes welled up. Kiran turned away, blinking hard. The girl was still smiling. But now, it was the kind of smile people wear to hold back grief. Shweta slowly stepped out of the car. She opened her purse, took out the gift they had prepared, the silver bracelet, and held it out to the girl. "Take this," she said. "It was meant for another little girl, but I think it belongs with you now." The girl hesitated. "I can't accept something so expensive." "You called Mira your sister, didn't you? Then let me be a mother to you, even for just a moment. This is from a mother to her daughter." The girl stared at the bracelet, her eyes wide. She took it gently, like it was something fragile. And for her, maybe it was. Back in the car, Kiran didn't speak. He simply pulled out his phone and dialed a number. It rang a few times, then a man's voice answered. "Kiran? What's going on now? You still refusing to sign the papers?" It was his older brother. They had been locked in a bitter legal dispute for over 2 years, fighting over their late father's property. Kiran spoke clearly, without hesitation. "You can take the larger piece of land. I'll keep the smaller one. I'm not fighting anymore." There was stunned silence on the other end. "Wait, are you serious? What happened to you?" Kiran's voice softened. "I realized something today. To keep the people we love, sometimes we need to give up the things we think we deserve. What's land worth if it costs us our family?" On the other end, his brother whispered, "I've been waiting to hear you say that. I missed you, brother." That day, 3 lives were changed. Not because of money, not because of a gift or a settlement, but because someone stopped counting. In love, in family, in friendship, there are no ledgers. We give, we forgive, We hold on not by clenching tighter, but by letting go of the need to win. If you find yourself keeping score with someone you love, ask yourself this: do I want to be right, or do I want to be close? Because the truest kind of love, it never needs to be measured.